I met my first sort of Muslim friend in Canada. She was Lebanese Canadian, and she taught me my first 3 Arabic or Islamic words, which were Allah, Wallah, Yallah. And every time we'd see each other, that's how we would greet each other for fun. So one of us would start by going Allah, and the other would be like Wallah, and the other one would say Yallah, and then we would hug. That would be how we said hi to each other. And I didn't know, but that was 3 very important Islamic words. That was sort of my first sort of introduction or exposure to Islam. So I was living in Malaysia. I'd moved there when I was 15 years old. And Malaysia is obviously a Muslim country. And so I was so interested. All these people have a religion. All these people believe in a god or gods of some sort. What makes people believe in a god? Because I was so set on the idea that there was no God. Like, I wasn't looking at religions to find God. I was looking at them to discredit the fact that there was a God. I was actually doing it for the opposite purpose than searching for religion. You know, subhanAllah, after I became Muslim, this was one of the main things that I thought about was I never had an example of a Muslim in my life. I knew so many Muslims, but none of them lived Islam. None of them represented Islam. And that's why I always say, if I had converted because of the people I knew, I would have never become Muslim because I didn't have that example. And I think that's why Allah had to bring me to Islam in a very different way than someone around me. I was about 21 years old. I was living in Malaysia. My best friend was there from Canada visiting, and we were just having a housewarming. I just moved into this brand new house, and I was upstairs. My best friend was downstairs, and my dog was downstairs. So we were having a barbecue. The whole house was open. The glass sliding door and the wooden main door at the front of the house was open. And I heard a loud bang. I heard my dog bark, and I just thought she'd hit something, knock something over. But when I went downstairs, my best friend looked terrified, completely petrified, frozen in her spot, staring at the door. And I asked her what had happened, and she said my dog was walking towards the glass door, and the door slammed shut in front of my dog. Nobody touched it. The wind could not close that door. It's not a swinging door, it's a sliding door. Like, scientifically cannot close by itself, and we couldn't understand why. So we just like, okay, let's just go out. We shut the house and we went out, and I think we went out drinking and just forgot that it had ever happened. And then my best friend left. She went back to Canada, and And over the next couple of months, things happened inside the house, but I found excuses for each one. So maybe I left something here when I left the house, and when I came home, it was over there. Or I heard something fall in my room, but nothing had moved. Oh, it was just the neighbor. It was something else. You know, you just make an excuse for it, until one night I came home and I went to my room. I put my dog in her room. I got ready for bed and I saw the light was on outside of my bedroom door. So when I went outside, I felt a feeling. And this feeling I had felt once more in my life, and I recognized it immediately. The feeling is like a gripping in my chest, not my heart, not my lungs, in the center, something tight. And I felt this once before when I was 14 years old in Canada. I had gone out with my brother and his friend, who was very much into black magic and ghosts. We call them ghosts. Obviously we call them jinn, but you know, non-Muslims, they call them ghosts. And he took us to this corner that he called Ghost Corner. He sat us down. He was doing something. I don't remember what it was. And as he was doing this thing, calling on the spirits, I felt this feeling and I didn't say anything. I just sat there and he just looked straight at me and went, I felt this feeling again in my house in Malaysia, you know, almost a decade later. And I couldn't see it. I didn't know what it was, but I felt where it was coming from. It was coming from the top corner of my stairs. And again, I got very scared because I remember this feeling, something doesn't like me. So I shut my door, I locked my door. Well, why would you lock your door against a ghost? But you know, what are you gonna do in this situation? And when I turned around, something hit my door and the whole door shook. And I was absolutely terrified. I didn't know what to do. I was helpless. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it wanted. I didn't know how to fight it, how to protect myself. And my mind was totally clear. And the only word in my mind was Allah. Without anything else in the world to grab onto, I said, Allah, if you exist, protect me. And then I just went and laid down in bed. I put my laptop on and I just closed my eyes and I went straight to sleep. And